another episode of Live with M.Dowe. I just moved around. Maybe it's a connecting issue on my side. I'm not sure what's happening, but nevertheless, we're here and we're trying to make it happen. I do have my next guest on the line, Miss Scott, who is a pillar of the community, someone who is strictly about family, community, and her kids. And it's just truly exciting to be able to be here with you guys, trying to bring you another small business owner life story, or someone who is supporting a nonprofit. So I can see my guest is already in the room for the third time. We're going to try this one more time and see if it will work. If not, I do apologize to everyone that has been on with me and continuously being here with me to try to make this happen. Okay. Miss Scott, I see you there. Again, thank you for continuously joining us, continuously being here. We're trying to make it happen.
Jesus. You made me stand up.
I think
you made
we're
me
here.
Do everything.
I think we're here. Can you see me?
I can see you, but you're going in and out a little bit.
Okay. Is your camera on?
I can see you though.
Okay, and
yes,
you can see me. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome you to another episode of Live with M.Dowe with yours truly, your boy Marcus Dowe. I thank everybody for being patient with me, just for being here. We had some technical difficulties trying to get our guest on, but we see that she's here. And as I said in my introduction, my guest, I'd like to introduce to you and present to some my family, Miss Anjanette Scott. We'd like to thank you and welcome you here this evening.
Thank you. How you doing?
How you doing this evening?
I'm all right.
I'm great. I'm great. How about yourself?
In there, no sense of complaining.
I'm good, man. The devil tried to stop us, but nevertheless, we're here. You know, just a little bit of patience, and we made it happen. But I'd like to thank you for being here. I thank you for joining this live tonight, and I thank you for coming here to tell your story. So before we go ahead and get started into this interview, why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself, who you are, and where you're from?
Well, Anjanette Scott, a.k.a. Tubby to the community. Born and raised right here from Pedgertown to Penns Grove. I am a married female with 4 boys that I birthed, 15 that I raised, almost 20 grandchildren, and council president for Penns Grove. And I'm a jack of all trades.
Absolutely. Those that know you know that's a true story. So once again, I just want to thank you just for being here. We're going to dive into it. We're a little bit behind schedule because of the technical difficulties, but nevertheless, you have a story to tell, and I'm here to support you. So you have a very diverse portfolio of where you've been in your life, and we're going to touch on a couple aspects of that. So ladies and gentlemen, once again, you're here with Anjanette Scott. If you don't know her, go up there and hit that follow button, man. She is a pillar here in the Penns Grove, Cornish Point area. She has been vested in the community for years and years to come, and for years prior to. So Tub, as we affectionately call you, tell me a little bit about how it was being a single mother of 4, raising all boys.
It was rough. It wasn't easy. Learned the mechanism of survival. Wanting to know how to maintain, how to feed the kids, how to pay the bills. That's how it was. My oldest son, I had my oldest son. I was a junior going to a senior in high school. My sister put my son on the counter in school, and I had to walk out from there, and I had to just keep on going. It was about feeding them. Went from one kid to the next one, ended up with 4. I worked. I've done a little bit of everything just to feed the kids. It was about feeding them, making sure that they had, trying to give them what I didn't have. It wasn't easy, but with the help of some of those in the community, including yourself, that, played the part in helping me with my journey with them, because it wasn't easy. You can have all the family around you, but that doesn't mean that your family going to just automatically chip in and take care of your kids for you.
Absolutely. That had to be rough. Not only did you raise 4 kids, but you raised 4 boys. It's a little different, raising boys as opposed to having girls. You know, without a father figure in their life, I know it was a difficult task, but I must say, knowing these boys, you've done a phenomenal job. You've been a model mother to them. I know the respect factor that they have for you is to the utmost. How important was your support system? You mentioned your sister, but how important was your support system through these travels of life?
To be truthful with you, the support system I had was God. God blessed you with Miss Sudi, um, my kid's grandmother, my godmother, Peggy Cleveland. You know, that support system was phenomenal. To the first batch of the young bucks dealing with, I want to say like Terrence Patrick and them, Corey Leak, and you know, everybody playing a part with helping me babysit, Shamir, Tyra Milton. You know, it was that kind of support system. It was the support system didn't come from the family. The support system came from, you know, the young bucks in the streets.
Hey, listen, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, they say, you know, family it doesn't have to be
Absolutely.
by blood. You know, it doesn't make you family. You know, it's people from the outside that contribute to your way of life that helps you succeed. So shout out to all the people that you
Oh
named,
yeah.
and I'm sure there's others that didn't, but you know, nevertheless, you know, they say it takes a village to raise a family, and you know, knowing your boys now and knowing how successful they are and how much they grind just like you do. You know, chip off the old block. You've done a lot right in their life. So you call the boys, you call your family the A team. Tell me a little bit about the A team, how you came about that name
It's
and where it
crazy
stands.
because the 18 was created because Docious, which is Martin, that's my HM2. He was connected with, I think it's Marcus Lee, Pop Off, and them. They had a thing called EFS or something like that they was doing,
Hmm.
where they was doing parties and different things like that they were doing in the community with Little Meatball and everything. There was some things that happened, and my son came to me and, you know, Mom, I need this, and this, and that. So I told them this is how you got to do it. So we created a little group and we called it the A Team, which is that, you know, my name is Anjanette. So it's A Team. That's what that came about. We started off with doing entertainment, having parties, doing things like that, connecting with EFS and things. And then they branched off on their own. And we just kind of like locked it in. And from there, I had to make it as a whole thing. So what I did with 18 was 18, they was using it before we made it legal. When we made it, we went to go make it legal, the name was taken. So I made it 18 Empowerment LLC. So what we did was we bridged up when we did it as a business consultant, which would be me because I go into businesses and turn it around. And then recreation purposes because my son liked to coach and do things like that. So we wanted to grasp that area. And then we did the entertainment, which is that everybody know that I had the philosophy of housing the best DJs. So that's how that went. And so that's what we
Listen.
stuck with.
The grind is real. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, if you know this lady right here, you know she's been grinding all her life. She always has her hand in something, always coming up with a new idea, trying to better her life and better her family's life. So this A team, you guys, you know, once you've made it through the struggles and you're starting to see a little light, you guys started your own couple business ventures. Why don't you go ahead and tell me about the business venture that you went
Well,
ahead and
first of
started?
all, the first one, like I said, was the 18. That business venture right there, we did all kinds of parties. If you follow through all my Facebook pages or whatever, we've got so many parties. We've been from Philly to Delaware to Chester to New York, wherever, doing parties all over. Um, Being as though it was their business, I kind of wanted them to take full responsibility with that business, and it didn't happen like that. You know, kids want to see things and do things their way, and in their eyes is mom got it, mama do it. So that business ended up, it wasn't so much a folding because the business, we still there, but it's a lot of legal things that have to happen that people don't pay attention to, like when you opening up your accounts and things like that, and what you got to keep in accounts and all that, with the reports that you got to do with the state and things like that. You know, it is a business. It's not just a fun and game. The next thing that we branched off into was I wanted to open up a soul food restaurant. Um, but while I was in the middle of doing the paperwork for a soul food restaurant, and the young man was like, "Come up with a quick name. Come up with a quick name." So I'm trying to think of a name, and my husband was like, "That's crazy. Like you come up with a name, and you are the name. So you are the brand. So
Mhm.
we called it Tubbies." Then he kind of did me dirty, bad business deal, and this was all during the pandemic, you know, which would be like in the last few years. And my son, I didn't know, had rented the storefront on Broad Street. So we end up going in and moved everything around there, and we opened up a bodega. Like, let's do a variety. Let's do a bodega. We ain't got no black people got a bodega, so let's get a bodega. So, you know, we went through grinded. I loved it. My husband and them went in there and did the work. We tried to get people to paint, do things, but they didn't. So we just had to go in there and do it from the muscle from ourselves. Everything was going well, and I was very pleased because we opened that during the pandemic. So I was very pleased with that, but we ran across some challenges. And the challenges that we ran across is that the ceiling from upstairs collapsed into my store and took me to a $7,000 debt. The owner of the business didn't have no insurance to cover that. And my insurance was only liability because I thought that I was, you know, as a business owner, you're thinking that you're getting the right kind of insurance. And come to find out, you know, it was a different type of insurance that you needed. When we always think about insurance and business, you think about protecting yourself from a slip or fall. You ain't worrying about, well, if water damage get on my cash register or water damage my store. You know what I mean? So it's a learning process. Is it the end? No, it's not. It's just, you know, like they say, my mechanism for survival is just that always, no matter what it is, still get through it. But as in this lifetime comes, I'm learning that it's not about us getting through it now. It's about sometimes you got to back up and you got to relook at it and go back, and whether you got to go over it, under it, around it, or whatever, but you find another way to do it. So that's what my
Yeah, you definitely got to learn how to pivot, and one of the you know, main pieces of the platform of Live with M.Dowe is not all about
right.
success stories. You know, I'm not looking for, you know, people to come on here and tell all about the glitz and the glamour and the success, because what we do understand, there are rocky patches. There are things, you know, that we don't understand, and for those individuals that's watching, you know, that want to start their own businesses, they can't just see all the glitter all the time. They have to see the struggles and understand that there's elbow grease that you have to put in, you know, to be successful. So, you know, like somebody just said, you got to regroup and get back at it. Just because it's a failure on this one aspect doesn't mean it's a failure all the way around. So you're just taking a couple steps back and you know, you're regrouping and you're getting yourself together. Ladies and gentlemen, she's a definition of a true hustler. When I talk about a hustler, I'm telling you, Tub will find her way in everything. Her hands will get into everything. And I just want to say, you know, I appreciate that, because watching, you know, you grow and watching your family grow, I see the hustle that you have. So this storefront, it didn't work out, but you know, God has something bigger and better for you on the front. How you feel
I
about
feel
that?
great about it. I think I take that one on the chin for my fault because my husband didn't want to give it up. Martin didn't want to give it up either, but I took it personal because it played a factor with people that I put my feelings in it. Can I say it like that? I put my feelings in it. People that was close to us, that was kicking our back in, not trying us to have us. I'm fighting the city. I'm fighting the council people. I'm fighting Irene Scarpacey, trying to stop my distributors from selling to us. You know what I'm saying? I'm fighting Crescents around there, coming around there trying to see what our store is like. I'm fighting them, trying to stop us from selling lottery tickets. I'm fighting us from selling cigarettes. So it was a big thing that I kind of like took on the chin. But I'm all right with it. But guess what I got to tell you? Stay tuned for what's coming next.
Oh, I believe it. I trust and believe. And like you said, you know,
I'm all
setbacks
right with
happen,
it.
you know, but you know, when you do have businesses, you got to take the personal feelings out of it, because a lot of things are business, even though other people make it personal. But you yourself, you know, you got to keep your head above high water and continuously doing what you're doing. You know, lessons learned, as one of my business owners saying on here, you know, it's just a disguise, a blessing in disguise of what God has for you. So, ladies and gentlemen, you know, we have Miss Anjanette Scott here, mother, entrepreneur. We ain't even touched on the politics yet that we about to get in. So make sure you go ahead and put them fires up, put them hearts up. Go ahead and hit her follow button, follow her. She has a story to tell, and so on and so forth. Now, Tub, I said your portfolio is diverse. Now, we touched on you being a single mother. We touched on you being an entrepreneur. And now you are in the world of politics. Being in politics myself, being in there for 9 years, I know politics is a dirty game. I know it's a non-thankful piece of aspect of life. But what made you want to put your hat into the political ring?
Well, first of all, I wanted to run in 2015 when Mr. Washington and all them were on there. Carl Washington, let me correct myself, was on there. And I ran into an incident where, you know, someone was trying to destroy my life. So I had to fight for my freedom. So, you know, I didn't run then. Then the other year, Mayor LaDana came to me and she asked me to run. And I kind of like was like, no, because, they do this, I'm going to do this. They do this, I'm going to do that. And I was like, nah, that's not for me. So there was an incident, I don't know if everybody paid attention to it, where, the chief of police, the old chief of police, Raleigh, there was a situation that he did a false information, and he said that I was an informant for them, and they came to me and told me the day I got out of the hospital that I had a hospital from a mild stroke, said that there was a hit put out on me. So my mom, I had my mother, we got put in protective custody, and my mom made a statement to me, and she was worried about a removement, and she said, winnings is not always about money. She said winnings is about having the people that try to destroy you have to come through you. And I didn't understand what she meant by that when she said that. And as the Dana pushed me, God rest his soul, Brother Buff pushed me, I ran. The first go round I lost, but then when I came back at it again, I won. And I won this go round, and now I understand what my mom is talking about when she say, winnings is not always about money. It's about making the people that try to destroy you have to come through you. I didn't get into this for retaliation or to pay anybody back. I got into this because this is my hometown, and what better is it to let them see a person of my caliber that has done a little bit of everything in this town and be able to be the change that I want to see. So here I am.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening to this story, man, it is a story, and I'm telling you, it's just a nugget that she's telling you right now. But she's going through the ranks of life, and here we are now, from raising these kids to now being council president of the Pennsgrove Borough. So it's truly phenomenal of the ranks that you done travel, and I admire your hard work and everything else. So we know why you jumped in the political rank. Tell me a little bit about it now. How challenging is it? Because listen, I'm gonna tell you, before I got into politics, I was always a why type of guy. Well, why we don't have this? Why we don't have this? Well, how come this? How come that? But I never took the time to do my research and really understand it. And then once I got on the opposite side of the table and I started to grasp a broader understanding of how government works, I have a newfound appreciation. So has that brought anything to light to you,
So
being on
yeah.
the other side now?
So as you would know me and anybody else would know me, this mouth was always going, ain't afraid of nobody, study running, always talking, always got something to say, always had a quick comeback. As I got into this field, this has silenced me. It didn't silence me because I was always so busy talking that I didn't get to listen. So now I'm silent so that I can listen, and what I can listen, I can hear it and I can see it. So sitting on this side of the table now, there is a lot that has to be done, a lot of behind the scenes work that has to be done before you can even get out there to know what's going on. So right now, like, I get in there and I'm the type of council person that, if you tell me something, I need a receipt. The receipt means that I need proof with the pudding so I can know what I'm talking about. Not because you want me to do it or this one want me to do it. I want to know what's right and what's wrong. I don't miss any of my meetings. And I'm not talking about just the borough meetings. I attend all the meetings. Not only am I council president, I am the safety coordinator, and I am the fund commissioner for Pennsgrove as well. So therefore, I get very educated coming outside of our town. And what I don't know, I ask. And it's truly a learning experience.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Absolutely,
and I'm
man.
on the planning
Phenomenal.
board, and I forgot I'm on the planning board as well. I forgot to tell you that part.
Phenomenal black woman, man. If you're looking for the definition of determination and dedication and hard work, you probably see your picture right next to it. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're just tuning in with us, you're here live with M.Dowe with your boy Marcus Dowe. I have Anjanette Scott on the opposite end, council president of Pennsgrove Borough, mother, business owner, all aspects. Go up and hit that follow button. Follow her story. If you're a business owner and she's having all types of events, you own your own vending, reach out to her, different things happening in the community. She's always looking for vendors to come out and help and be in the community. So if you own your own business and you want to connect, make sure you hit the follow button. If you're a small business owner yourself and you want to grace the stage of Live with M.Dowe, you want to be host, you want to highlight your small business, go up and hit my follow button and shoot me an inbox at Live with M.Dowe. Find me on YouTube, on Facebook, or you can email me at Mr. M.Dowe. Tub, I got a couple more questions before I let you go. Just briefly, what are some of your responsibilities as being a councilwoman here in the borough?
Well, first and foremost, as council president, I'm over top of the governance committee. Along with the governance committee, I co-chair the public works and recreation for the town. So kind of like it's a little bit busy trying to deal with the personnel of the borough, maintaining what's going on, being the right-hand assistance to the um, trying to satisfy the residents in the town, looking in, making sure that the ordinances is correct, make sure that we're obeying by it, along with making sure that the staff is doing their job, following policies and procedures, and also knowing that safety is first in our borough and in our community. So making sure that things are on the top notch of safety, which is that we were so far behind with a lot of things that I feel like it's like a no ending, but I'm gradually getting there, you know. So it's a lot that comes with all that.
From one to another, I definitely understand. Like I said, being in politics myself, I understand that it's a thankless job and it's a never-ending job because it's something always has to be done. What are a couple of your future goals?
Well, my future goal for one is to I'm very excited about this one, which is that I'm forming a small business association for our area, so that we can I'll be networking with you so that we can get the businesses together, because it's it's something that when businesses don't have no support, and when you come into communities like this, they need support, and the support don't come from just downtown. It comes from volunteers that's in the community coming together, bringing information and resources here, having each other's back, because that's the problem. Everybody don't have each other's back, and we need that, you know. So just bringing information here, resources, doing that part with the Small Business Association, and also hopefully, hopefully, you know, when we real soon getting that recreation center together.
Amazing. Amazing. That's what I'm talking about. Last question for you before I let you go. What is some advice that you could provide to our young single mothers, our small business owners, anybody looking for a career in politics? What is something that you could relate to them?
First and foremost, before I touch on that, because you named three different areas. So for one, what that I touch on all area is consistency. Be consistent at what you're doing, because when you change up and do something different, that's not the answer to it. So be consistent, be true to what you're doing, stand on you, stand 10 toes down, and you know, and mean what you say. Make your word is all you got, you know. So if your word is not going to be real, you're not going to be true with your word, because you know you got to mean what you say and say what you mean.
Absolutely.
So when it comes down to parenting as a mother, you know, don't be afraid to reach out for help, because you know parenting doesn't come with a manual. I know that they're trying to create all different kind of classes and things like that for parenting, but there's no manual to tell you about what you do when your baby got colic in the middle of the night, you know, what you're going to do, you know, when you ain't got no money to get no formula, what you going to do when you ain't got no money to feed your kids, and you got to juggle between paying a light bill, feeding your kids, or you know, trying to do something productive with your kids. I challenge myself, you know, because people that my kids played with and stuff, their parents could afford for them to be in AAU and things like that. In order for me to do that, I had to grind. I bartended, I did parties, I sold dinners, I did all kinds of stuff to maintain that. Now you have resources out here that can help you do that now. So parents, be true to your kids. Put your kids first. Stop putting your kids last, and stop making somebody else raise your kids. You raise your kids. Do what you got to do with your kids. That's the part I got to say about your kids, because you made them, you had them, you take care of them,
That's
and you
right.
teach them. You got to teach them, and it's not about buying sneakers and doing TikTok and all that kind of stuff. You know, put that phone down, because time outweigh money.
That's right.
So you got to be able to put that time. That's what I got to say about the parents. Far as in for my community, for anybody that wants to do a business, no, right, get your business plan together. It's very important. A lot of us try to skip doing the business plan. You need that business plan, because you got to write a vision and you got to make it plain. So if you don't write that vision down, you're going to be staggering. Your life is going to be staggering. Your business is going to be staggering. You're going to be doing a whole bunch of everything. Write your business down. You know what I mean? Write your business plan down, follow it, get your resources, get everything in line, get all your ducks in order, and also make sure you got the right kind of help to do it. Because if you're not willing to put the time into your business, somebody else ain't going to put that time in. It's your business. You got to put that time in. There's no 9 to 5, no 8 to 4, no nothing. When it's your business, it's 24/7, and you're always on the clock. So you got to remember that as an entrepreneur. Far as in the community go, with my politics level go, is that stop all the negativity, stop all the slandering, stop all the bashing, because all that you're doing is not going to get you nowhere. You can slash, you're going to turn around. Don't forget what the Bible said. You know what I mean? He'll make your enemy your footstool. So the more you keep running around here slandering everybody, doing all that kind of stuff, you're going to have to work right next to one of us that you're talking about. So how you gonna be on a team with somebody that you didn't practically try to destroy? You the one gonna look like a fool. You ever seen somebody in the face that when you look them in the face after they did all they did to you, and they got a whole dumb look on their face? It's crazy. It's crazy. But I like seeing it though, because I'm still here and I'm still
Ladies and gentlemen, there's the Tubby. There's the real Tub. You know, the Tub that I've been knowing all my life. Ladies and gentlemen, the hard worker, the grinder, the legal hustler, all those rolled up in one. Tub, you are truly a phenomenal woman. You are truly a pillar in the community. Continuously do great things. Continuously be who you are. Stand on your word and continuously do what's best for the community. I have nothing but respect for you. I want to thank you for being here. I want to apologize for any the technical difficulties that we had getting on. But you know, whenever you're trying to do something good, there's always somebody trying to block you. But you know, it's truly a blessing to be able to share the stage with you this evening. I want to thank you once again for being here, and I wish you nothing but the best moving forward.
Thank you. Yes, I
And
see the happy
also,
birthday shout
ladies
out.
and gentlemen, it is her birthday. Today is Councilwoman, Council President Anjanette Scott's birthday. So can we all just give her a happy birthday shout out for you to enjoy your day?
Yes, thank you. Thank you. I will. You already know, turning up tomorrow. You know how it is. Ain't doing nothing. Come on out, check us out. Because as he said, I'm always a hustler. You know, I'm over there working at the Brandywine Plaza on Davis Road in Delaware. So you got to come on over and check us out. Brandywine Plaza. Come on over there and check us out.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, go ahead and hit that follow button. Follow her. If you have a story to tell, if you're looking for a business venture, you want to get involved in the community, whatever it may be, go ahead and hit that follow button. Follow her and rock out with her. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, you're live with M.Dowe each and every Thursday night. If you're a small business owner and you want to be here with live with M.Dowe, shoot me an inbox and we can make it happen. Tub, once again, I love you. Thank you for being here. Everybody, love, peace, and happiness. Good night.
Love you more. Appreciate you.
Take care.
Bye-bye.